Hi guys, it's me Kia again. So I guess you have read the title, like that's why you clicked on this video, right? Or you randomly clicked on it? Yeah, whatever. But today we're gonna be decoding the witchcraft of water marble. Yay! Now it's a pretty requested video because when I post photos like this or this, I get a lot of DMs asking my tips and tricks regarding water marble and saying that you have been trying it for years and you just can't get it right. So I thought, let's do it. Let's share my tips and tricks that I've learned over the years so that instead of sighing over other nail artist pictures, you can create your own water marble and make people sigh on your own, if you know what I mean. So let's get started. Now, before going into the actual water marbling process, it got me really curious like who thought of dripping polish in water and create designs using it. Now, I know it's pretty popular in automobile industries for like painting the rims and other parts, but doing it on nails? So I asked Google, and guess what Google told me? To ask Wikipedia. Now, if you are an engineer, you know the importance of Wikipedia in your life. Yes, all of our assignments are done using it. Okay, not all. But that's why our faculties hated Wikipedia. At least mine did. Or maybe Wikipedia knew more than them. Yeah, whatever. That's not the point here. But Wikipedia told me it was discovered by Russian nail artists. Wonders, wonders. But yeah, that's all it told me. Now let's start with the water marbling. So the first thing in water marbling is water. So there are two things you have to keep in mind when it comes to water: temperature and level. Getting confusing. I'll break it down for you. I have 3 cups filled with water with different temperatures. Now you can use like anything from paper cup to plastic cup to glass cup to glass, metal glasses. Just make sure it's deep enough so that you're comfortable in dunking your finger, but it's not too wide. Now I'm gonna be dropping polish in each cup and you can see the effect yourself. So you see guys, room temperature water is the best for water marbling. Now you don't have to bring the water to exact temperature, like bottled water or normal tap water will be good enough. Next thing is level. Fill the cup almost to the top, not too much as to overflow the water when you dip your finger, but enough so that you don't have to struggle to reach the surface of the water. Now that the water cup is all set, the next things you need is a tissue paper and something pointy. I use an orange wood stick, but you can use anything like needle, toothpick, sharpened dotting tool, or even a water marbling tool if you have one. You need all this before even you start with water marbling. Once you have all these tools, it's time to start marbling. Now I've prepared some swatch sticks to show you different ways. But once we figure out the best one, I'll show you the real deal and create a design on my nails. For the swatch sticks, I've applied 2 coats of white polish on all. I always prefer to start my water marbling with a white base because you see when you drip polish in water, it thins out and it becomes less pigmented. So if you want your colors to look bright and pigmented, I suggest starting with a white base. Now it's time to drop the polish in water. But before going there, let me break a myth when it comes to water marbling. Stop filling your polish bottles with nail polish remover thinking that they'll start working for water marbling. No, they won't. All you end up doing is ruining your favorite nail polish. Yeah, trust me, I've been there, I've done that. Instead, fill them with hair serum and make them work for fluid nail art. If you don't know how, then go watch there. It will tell you all you need to know. If you want to know what polishes I prefer when it comes to water marbling, then stay till the end because at the end I'm gonna be telling you 5 brand of polishes which are available in India and works beautifully for water marbling. Now let's drop the polish in water. The first tip I'll give you is be a little quick in dropping polish. Because if you wait too much between the drops, the top layer will dry and the next drop won't spread at all. So keep your bottles open and drop the polish quickly one after the other. If the polish is not spreading all the way, just tap the sides of the cup or take your tool and create a circle gently around the edge of the water. Once the bullseye is complete, it's time to draw the pattern. I'll mention a few YouTube or Insta accounts in case you need any inspiration for the patterns. But I'm gonna be working with a classic flower petal one. Now here comes the second tip. When you go in with your tool to draw the pattern, do not touch the two outermost layers as they're already dry. Start with the third or fourth circle. Now tip number 3 is wipe your tool between every stroke. Sometimes what happens now, excess polish on the tool creates huge holes in the patterns and that does not look good at all. Once the pattern is done, you can take a breather before you dunk in your finger. Select the part of the design which you want on your nail or nails. Yes, guys, you can do it one nail at a time or you can dip multiple nails at once. Just turn your cup in the direction which is like most comfortable for you to dunk in your fingers. Now for dip, some people say 45-degree and all, but I would just suggest dip at an angle. Just don't go like perpendicular or straight across and go slowly to avoid bubbles. After dipping comes tip number 4. Before pulling out the finger, clean the excess polish of the surface using maybe the same tool you used to draw the pattern. Now sometimes it happens that the polish is still wet and as you try to clean it up, it spreads more. What I like to do is blow on it maybe once or twice and it becomes easy to clean it all off. Pull the finger out of the water very slowly and here is your water marble. Now my tip number 5 is that if you see any bubbles on the surface of the nail, just burst them with something pointy before applying the top coat. Because if you don't do so and you apply the top coat directly, it will create like huge holes in your pattern. Now here is a quick little hack for you. If you feel you are still not comfortable in dunking your finger directly over the design, you can just create the design and leave it in water for an hour or so. And it will create a water marble decal for you. Now you can just pull it out of water like this, cut it into pieces and stick it to your nails and again you can have your beautiful water marble without the hassle of bubbles and dunking in your fingers. Now once the water marble is done, apply a thick glossy layer of top coat and seal it all in. So you see guys how easy it was to do water marbling if you keep just a little things in mind. And now I think it's time to paint my nails. But one last tip I'll give here, when you go to paint your actual nails, just protect around your nails with either latex or like tape, whichever you prefer, because it will save a lot of cleanup time and acetone and a lot of mess and hassle. Yes, so with that, I leave you to watch me create this design on my nails and I'll catch you at the end of the video. it, guys. I hope I covered everything when it comes to water marbling. But if you have any questions, the comment box is all yours. And if you want to take just one thing from this video, then I suggest you remember that not all polishes are meant for water marbling. And this brings me to the point where I promised I'll share 5 brands which are available in India and works beautifully for water marble. So let's get started with the first one. So the first brand I have is probably my favorite out of 5, and that is my beauties from K Beauty. Yes guys, since the time I've got them and discovered that they work beautifully for water marble, I just can't put them down. And yes, I've created lots of water marble using them. They each retail for like 225 bucks, and they are available in 36 shades. So yes guys, these work beautifully for water marble, and I guess price wise also they're not that expensive. Now the next brand is a recent discovery. Like I'm 80% impressed with the polish if it water marbles, and this one was like I'm 100% impressed. It was so good. And yes, I'm talking about Spectre Cosmetics. They each retail for like 200 rupees, and a quite good range of shades is available. I posted a water marble using these, and I got so much love on it that I had to include these ones in my list. The third brand I'm going to be talking about is a very much loved brand, and probably I have the maximum number of polish of this brand. Yes guys, I'm talking about D-Bell Cosmetics. Can you see how many polishes I have? And guess what? They all work beautifully for water marble. So I had to include these ones. They each retail for like 295 rupees, and a number of shades are available. Plus they are on discounts most of the time. So yes guys, D-Bell Cosmetics was the first brand which I used and loved for water marbling. And yes, there is no surprise that it's in my list of water marbling polishes. Now the fourth brand I'm going to be talking about is an international brand, but it's easily available in India for a good price. And yes, I'm talking about Sally Hansen. These are Miracle Gel range, but their extreme wear or even triple shine, I mean any of their polishes works beautifully for water marbling. They are easily available in India at Nykaa, and you cannot even imagine the number of colors they are available in. If you really want to get into water marbling, I suggest buying the Extreme Wear range from Sally Hansen. They are pocket friendly and probably the best to water marble out of the lot I'm going to be showing you today. Now the last brand I'm going to be talking about is again an international brand, and it's the most expensive one. Yes, I'm talking about OPIs. It's like pretty much known in nail art community that these polishes are made for water marbling. Each retail for 850 rupees, which is pretty expensive if you ask me. But if you can spend that much, then these are also a good option for water marbling. So yes guys, these were all the brand of polishes that I personally use for water marbling, and I love each one of them. I was not always a water marbling expert, not that I'm now, but when I first started, it was a mess. It was a mess. These movements were so far and few between that I was never tempted to do water marbling. But since the time I accepted the fact that not every polish is meant for water marble, it became all easy. And yes, I started creating some good masterpieces with this technique. I would love to see your creations if you do any watching this video and taking my tips and tricks. So do tag me in them. Plus, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, ring that bell to have a beautiful water marbling session. Stay indoors, stay safe, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye bye.